that us? Welcome to the Big Massive Podcast with me and Cook. How's it going? Hey, did I bring up the last time whenever I was sitting here waiting for you? You called me a dopey bastard.
Yeah.
Did we mention it on the pod?
I don't know. Then I got the clock.
You bastard, hey. So, I was like, we were meant to be here for 7 o'clock.
7.
Right? I landed down at 7:15.
Aye.
And then I give Mark the key, so I had no key. So I was sitting outside here waiting at 7:15. And I text you and says, now you text me at 6:30 saying, can we leave at the 8?
No, it was nearly 7. You'd already been here. I was like,
aye. So it was 6:30, but I think you text, can we, but it was, you thought it was fucking 7:30.
aye.
Because Dopey George didn't realise that.
No, the clock in I was driving around all day and the clock in my Jeep.
So the two of us were arguing with each other, and I was going, what are you talking about?
No,
Can we wait the half?
And I didn't text. I was like, I was just about to text.
But you were going, what? The confusion was going through the conversation. And then I just realised that stupid fucker didn't change his clock in his car.
No, I sent you the picture.
You were saying I'm still in Letterkenny. I was going, what the fuck? I'm sitting outside.
I thought I had loads of time.
Oh, aye. And then you were ready to go to town on me again.
Oh, sorry. But you know what?
There's a fucking current.
Like
You've got farm.
Like there's nights you haven't turned up, and you laugh.
There's no.
But if I don't turn up,
there's nights I haven't turned up.
I mind the night I was sitting here. I was like, you didn't turn up. What? There's nights you fell asleep for a podcast at 7 at night.
My nap from fucking 6 went a wee bit too long.
Sure.
That was, but sure, I was here on time.
Well,
you were late today by 1 minute. That's it, man. I tried to get kicked off on time. Very professional. You know what I mean? Very fucking professional.
Right, we'll get out all your notes there for the podcast.
I have a few notes. What have I written here? Niall Cook's a complete cunt. Fuck. I've written that about 18
That'll last
times.
a wee while.
Jesus, how many people are calling you a cunt to me in the streets now. It's unreal. I must have just tagged you.
Man, we were in the golf club on Sunday night and the many people said to me about the podcast.
Calling you a cunt?
No,
I wanted to enjoy it. Do you know what I was watching and put me in mind? My cousin's moving to Australia. She taught in Dubai for 10 years. Dubai is one of them places I think when you go you're spoiled because there's things like she didn't have to pay for rent because she's a teacher.
Right.
No stuff like that. Massive wages and all. But there was an experiment done on TikTok and it's a cracker you can look at where a guy put down a GoPro, a wallet with €500 on it and his iPhone, left it for an hour and a half in the city, came back and was still there. Imagine that. Could you put your fucking Strabane that happening?
No, I was in the gym last day and I couldn't find my phone for 10 minutes, like it's gone.
Well, the gym, I would say the gym will be right. Because we all
no.
sort of know it. There's a wee family in there.
But man, I done that, so I'll find my iPhone. It worked a fucking treat.
I must just that on every time. I've lost my wallet still. Can't fucking find it, but I blocked everything. And there's nothing.
Well, you can't find your...
I haven't found it yet. I haven't come across it. I'm still on about it. But imagine Dubai. What, like, why is it so... I'm not a thief.
Because they're all fucking millionaire bastards.
No, I can't be that. It must be the punishment. Or is there a religion involved or something like that? You get your hand cut off or something? So it must... Because I was looking at the crimes. And this is major crimes, right? 100 per 100,000 people. So willful murder, not 0.2.
Not 0.2.
Not 0.1 to 2018. Aggressive assault, 1.2.
I know,
What's that like?
But they're probably
major crimes there. You'd be fucked here. Rape, 0.3.
I know, but is that like the woman go to the cops and say my husband's beating the fuck out of me? They're like, get back into the kitchen.
Oh, racism.
That's but is that not acceptable over there?
No, I don't know. I just think that the cops are very efficient too. I think they fucking pull up in their Lamborghini.
Is it not to do with religion? Like they're so religious.
Religious must be part of it, but still, even though the place is full of foreigners, the crime's low because nobody's risking it. Because you go to jail if you steal. If you're caught stealing anything, you go to jail.
Aye.
You know what I mean?
What about stealing hearts?
See here, like see if you came across a wallet, what do? And you're not a thief. The old working class, and he's like, you have to check inside for ID, wouldn't you now?
I would take it home for a while just to...
This fucking empty wallet got to me. Do you know what I mean? The temptation.
Hey, I found this wallet, but there was no money in it by the time I got there.
Most cities, and especially the Western cities, they do all. You see that in TikTok too, where they might leave a wallet by
It's TikTok your education.
But you can see the videos, like, where they'd have a wallet with a string on it, or a bike with a fucking rope. Boy jumps on it, cycles off, and you just see them flying off the bike because it just fucking... So anywhere else you leave anything down, it's getting lifted, like.
It's interesting.
Would
But I heard somebody on about Dubai the last day, because it's a man-made town in the middle of a fucking desert. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you don't see that they don't talk about. Apparently there's 100 sewage trucks have to go to the Burj Khalifa every day to take about 100,000 litres of shite because they've no irrigation system.
What's the
And they just take it out into the desert and fuck it into the...
They've made it rain too, haven't they? There's ways of making... There's money in it, but they've made it rain.
You have no idea what that was either. It's cultural fucking...
What, rain money? I do know what that means. It's just Ricky Gervais used to do it all the time.
Do what?
In the office. The red burner. The Bunsen. So they can make it rain, whatever technology they've got. That's the much money. Did you see the new city they're going to build? It's all fucking glass. Big long one. It just runs on.
A mate
fucking...
was over there last week, man. You want to see the fucking... They're like in this breakfast thing in a pool on the top of the building.
I'd be fucked if I was over there. Like, I wouldn't last. I would have to stay off the drink. No. Not at all. Probably not even 3 beers.
Apparently it's very expensive.
I would put you off it a wee bit. But fuck, no way. Over there.
I would be afraid.
Jesus. Especially if not .0 when people do the bad things. You know what I mean? You're in the middle of it. I'm fucking 99.9% here.
Aye.
Coming at you. Thinking you're good crack.
Aye.
Fucking no subtlety.
But you're not allowed to... So Dubai, you cannot allowed to drink outside either. You can't show your arms. Like, oh,
Was there somebody that got put in jail because he was somewhere else and brought a drink, but it was like an old-fashioned one. It was never going to open. But it was alcohol then he was bringing in. It's like smuggling alcohol into the...
Possibly.
Fucking hell, man. You need to watch what you're doing when you go places like...
And they've no water.
Because us boys are just gubbins. You just walk straight into offending everybody by just one thing that you...
Man.
You don't even realise it's offensive. Like.
We were supposed to go to the UFC in Dubai, but we couldn't get tickets. But if I had done the first 2 days in Vegas, which and done that in Dubai...
How you being now?
I'd be headed.
You'd be probably or gang raped by a wee pile of wee tiny boys. Hey!
No, I don't think they're into that. That's all the Al stuff, man.
Right enough, you'd be safe enough if you went on there and moosed up. Fuck me. But I, do you know what? I would have to go and just on my best behaviour. I wouldn't go.
I was suddenly Mickey Bartlett, isn't that where he was? He was not.
I think Mickey came back scant.
He was in Abu Dhabi, was he?
The wages are decent, then you see the prices of pints. One of them ones. Just save and come home. That's
I know, but
what you do.
The quality of life over there, I think, is unreal, man. Like, look at this.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, it's like the Strabane flood
so
today.
If you get over all that, you're safe. Do you know what I mean? Weller's amazing. So you would have to not drink over there. Like, you'd have to embrace that. Just not drink. But then it's the laws against women and stuff like that. And
I wonder what the laws are on writing. I know Bali and all them places have brought in now. You're not allowed
to be gay, anyway.
No.
That was the big
We're fucked.
argument whenever we fucking chatted about the World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You could get arrested for being gay.
I don't think you're
Wasn't
allowed. On Bali and stuff now, they brought in, you're not allowed to share a house or a room or walk or hold hands with someone that you're not married with.
See, same-sex marriage, right? It happened, or gay marriage, it happened long before it came on, or became the law, but it was different. Some people went undercover, so you would have had a gay man marrying a lesbian. So society would fucking think they're married and let them get on with their fucking gayness.
What, the man looked
So
like
there
a
was
woman?
gay marriages before, but it wasn't with each other, so there would have been a gay man, right? And because society doesn't allow you to be gay,
Yeah.
and a gay woman, lesbian, so them two, for convenience, get married to keep fucking everybody around them off the scent.
I'm like that scene from fucking The Hangover, where your man's doing all the maths and stuff.
A lesbian marrying a gay man, so they can just be undercover gays. So people don't fucking torture you.
Aye, right, okay. But he's out
It's
riding
like,
men and
it's
she's
like
out riding...
fucking Niall Blee fucking with Guinness in a bar. There's no alcohol in it, they just doesn't want anybody torturing them, you know what I mean?
Aye. But the gay man's out seeing other people. And
The gay man's gay and men, and the gay girls
gay and women.
gay and women. And then they come home at night and say, well, how was your night, love? Fantastic. And then they get back to pretend to be heterosexual. That's the way it would have been. I'd say in some wee, no, the Bible band belt.
We talking about gay
Are you
men.
far right? Are you more right wing or left wing? It's starting to get to the stage now where right wing seems more logical, doesn't it? It's just like maths. Fucking, you know.
I don't know. So can you be somewhere in the middle?
I think you can have opinions on both.
Just common sense.
Common sense sounds
Like, do you have to go all the way with one? Like,
right on, like.
I don't know why.
Fuck. I think that I can go, that's what they say, you go too far right or too far left. It's the same fucking person, really. Who's the most angry? The far left? Fuck! Crying about everything.
Hey man, what's that with our lot like?
Oh, there's a fucking...
Ladies and gentlemen, he just spilled his coffee all over himself.
That's your caught in camera. Fuck.
Well, for the audio listeners.
Sick. If you're an audio listener, pay the extra pound. Yuck.
No,
The weather this morning was great.
I know.
It was great this morning. I'm off now, man, this last few days. Class.
I didn't know whether I was off today or not, but I am.
You didn't know where you're working?
Well, I've just been on top.
Do you have to put stuff in your calendar?
Oh man.
Jesus. There's a Google calendar, you know, that if your phone breaks, you can get all your shit up. Have you got that, eh?
The cloud.
No. Don't use your phone calendar, use the Google calendar.
I'm using Google Calendar.
Right. For anybody that doesn't know what that is home, Google it. Fuck. I don't know either.
No, because some days I'll go on to the one on the laptop just because it's easier to type than if I have a load of stuff to add on. Welcome to technology.
Didn't know you could get on the laptop, but there with the wee brain going, right. Get the new computer. Mark's been giving me advice.
But sure, all laptops now are fairly decent
Laptop.
spec. You're like, what laptops? What are you about?
No,
You
they're
do
not.
these
They're not. They're not. Sure, I'm getting feedback. I could have went down the wrong road, kid. But the biggest heap of shit.
Like what?
The one I was going down the road to buy. No, I was actually on getting one off a mate. I was just a desktop thing. Then there was nowhere to put it, so I have to fucking work off the kitchen table. So laptops the way forward, probably. For editing.
And what? Editing what?
All the shows that I'm going to moving forward now. We're going to get all the shows edited, all the stand-up shows. So clips, if there's any good clips, clip it, put it out. Type fucking
Never, ever, ever happen. Take it from me,
fucking
folks.
listen.
Listen.
If there's people between me and you, if I say I do something, I usually do it.
But
You
not,
don't.
Not when it comes to.
I need something to write on too. Books everywhere, man. It's just scribbles and all. And when I start to click it all together and fucking.
Somebody was saying the last day that you can notes on your your
I have a
Android.
notepad.
But you can write it's got that advanced now that you can handwrite everything, scan it on your notes and turns it all to text.
Write on what?
Just write on a bit of paper, handwrite it, and then you just scan it on the notes on the iPhone, and it'll turn it to text.
Not my handwriting. It'll turn to Chinese.
Well,
Fuck.
I was thinking that'd have been handy back in the day for essays and stuff.
Man, for the comedy, like I can understand or remember people saying they used to bring a notebook with them everywhere they went. And we actually have one on their phones, everybody does, like, so the many times you step back and put down a wee thing and then think there might be funny out of it, like. But what I want is somewhere to put everything, because books lying everywhere and pages lying everywhere. And
I'm a cunt too. See, at all meetings, I was in a meeting the last day too, and everybody was taking notes, and I was like, what are you doing with them notes? What are you just looking at them notes later on,
Because
they're all
they
laughing,
read-
I was going, you just want to look like...
do you ever look at my notes and some drown fucking cock and balls?
I don't take notes now, because any note I've ever taken, I threw away. Never looked at it again. And they're all busy away writing me notes.
The only time I used notes for a while was when I was in uni. And I hadn't a clue what I was at, so I just had to write down anything that they were saying. Keep busy. Maybe something will come to my head. But now notes, fuck, I wouldn't be able to get on without notes.
Man, what about, like... I might leave it another year and go back and do my social work. Do you know why? Because apparently now AI is that advanced that you can ask it a question and it'll write a dissertation for you.
Any argument?
Yeah.
Did you hear the next one then too?
What?
The fucking lecturers can get it and get AI to market.
Aye, but
So nobody fucking gets to see these essays.
Aye, but
and critique it.
But that's an original document. They can't.
Aye.
There's no way of saying that it's plagiarized.
And there's no way that you can say that it's not the lecturer. So it means that there's nobody doing anything.
No, but you're still getting your certificate.
But you can't use it if you didn't learn anything.
I can.
What are you learning? See, the thing I used to think
I don't
was
want to
cheating,
learn. I want to
'cause
put a
used to
paper so I can
regurg-
get the job.
See, whenever I got an essay, I used to regurgitate from fucking websites and books, and just because nobody wants to hear what I have to say, so everything had to be. Once I was told, and the penny dropped, that you had to cite everything you said. Your arguments need backed up by some professional. So I used to think it was cheating because I was just regurgitating what they were saying, then doing a massive quote. Somebody like Benson agrees with me, and then just a fucking half-page quote to get the numbers up. But indirectly, I was learning because of me regurgitating something, was reading it out again
Well, that's
and
what
again
learning is, aye.
and again. But if you do what you're doing, AA, you're not even fucking looking at it.
Aye, but no, most of the time I would agree with you. But are you telling me you couldn't do a social work now without studying social work for 3 years? Could you go on and do a social worker's job after all the experience and youth work you have over the years?
Social work would be a bit different. See, when it comes to
Could you do it?
I could do it, because of
I could do
my experience.
All I need is a bit of paper. I think I could do it.
So what are you fucking promoting plagiarism? It used to be, I know boys stole from Bangladesh and got cut. Boy in Bangladesh, what do you write? Give me a fucking topic. I'll fucking write it for you. There you go. Right, young people fucking and then he got cut because there was a plagiarism system. There's actually a system that's there now, still there. Wasn't there when I started uni, but when I went back, there was like this thing you have to put it in and it gives you a.
Aye,
You're
it does
never
that.
100% not plagiarized.
No, but
There's always-
you're allowed up to 20%
Aye, 20% copying.
because it was quotes.
See jokes too. Fucking.
Hot topic at the minute.
Aye, but wait to hear. I've even Kaylee or Kovla come in and said a joke to me the other day, and it's sort of like a tag I use. I says, how did you hear that? It was on the internet. And I just went in and read it down and I think, do not say that again. See, when you're starting comedy, you think you're coming up with these genius jokes and they're fucking probably out there years. Just wee tags and even the same-sex marriage one, I'm doing that from the very first day I did comedy. But it came back then on a TikTok or a fucking YouTube video or something like that there. But it's one of them ones that's so easy to fuck. It's not hard to write that.
I know, but
Same sex.
do you not kind of think everybody should kind of fucking chill out because, like, there's so much content out there that you're seeing so much funny stuff day in day out. How could you not?
I think if you really chat about your own life and things that are going on, and then there's a few wee tags in there that are similar to some other stuff out there,
Aye.
that's all right.
But I just
But
think,
I don't think you could go out and just do a whole bit that somebody else did.
aye.
Like word for word, the whole premise, and then set up and the
Oh
joke.
no, I don't mean that. Like, I don't want to go out and do your knickers.
I might do it for a while. We'll see. That needs work done until it's right.
Aye, but I wouldn't go out and do that bit because that's very specific. But if there's jokes that are kind of,
The doorman one and all that, because it's all me. It's all the good thing. Like even the bit about I did about my dad, because it's true. But then I make it a bit funnier. Nobody can really do that because it's an experience you had that happened to you and your
aye,
dad.
well, I was watching the fucking Mudblood and there was a whole big fucking argument in that fucking podcast. But all the stuff they're arguing about's fairly generic, kind of. You know, they're not very specific. No setups and
It's not a whole bit,
no.
but anyway, I'm staying out of that.
Aye, but I'm just saying, like, you don't have to stay at it because it's public. Like,
I know.
Keezy, and he starts stealing people's jokes.
That never happened. I'll tell you about
I'll
Conor
delete that out.
if you're going to go there, I was just going to say Keys doesn't even. He's like me, doesn't even watch stand up.
No.
I see enough of the thing, but do you know what? I'm trying to start making myself watch more, see if I'm learning. But there is so many times that you hear someone go, that's too good," or do you know what I mean? Or what Keezy says too is sometimes you watch that much of it, it's in your head. You're coming up with stuff that you think you came up with.
Aye, but you don't watch stand up, but you watch TikTok. You watch funny things on TikTok, which they eventually probably all amalgamate into some sort of fucking joke that you think
I
is
was like
original.
that one we did about the side. That's not fucking me. I seen a TikTok and I went,
Aye.
"Sir, you have to see this now." There could be potentially people look at that thinking we stole that idea of somebody to get But it was just genuinely me saying, sir, because it was like one of them moments. Oh, motherfucker.
But I see that. Do you not see like a good joke on TikTok, and then you see like influencers or TikTok people doing the same thing? So you're seeing the same thing over and over and over and over and over.
Oh, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of, and I think influencers then when they call themselves, be different. See if you're stand up and you're doing other people's stuff, it's the worst thing you can be called. That's what I'm saying, because Kovla said something, I went, and I just scribbled it out, read it in big writing, not to mention that again. That wee bit, because I just don't want to be associated with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But man, do you know what was interesting yesterday? There's a girl from Oma. She's like a CrossFitter who has like a nutrition page. She left her job and all. She's pushing forward with like, she's an online nutritionist and stuff, but she must have got caught in like a Santander scam on the phone.
Aye.
She must have wrote a piece, like she must have talked about it on her Instagram. I didn't see it. How she got caught and all. And the Belfast Telegraph wrote a piece on it without telling her. And they referred to her as an influencer. Any influencer gets fucking caught in scam. Man, you want to see the comments underneath, the hate. Influencers get all they fucking get and all really hateful fucking stuff for no reason, like. And she didn't even know. She doesn't refer to herself as an influencer because she's just a nutritionist.
That was somebody else that and she's probably an influencer in the right way.
Oh, she deserves all she fucking gets and all. Oh my god.
People don't know any of the backstory before they jump on and start blaming. And
they're all like, you know, like influencer where, you know, the fucking monkey holding his eyes or stuff. No, like.
Well, with me and Duffy, we had classed as influencers then back when we started the Strabanter, because we started over there before all them. But I'll tell you, when it comes to comedy, see, whenever me and Duffy were doing old sketches and all, we didn't give a fuck if we fucking were copying someone off.
Yeah.
Because we weren't standing up and saying, we're comedians, this is my shit.
Aye.
And I think influencers the same, or people that do skits, they just fucking regurgitate stuff for the crack.
But it works.
And it works.
They get fucking...
Man, that's what I'm saying. We've got all the channels, Disney, the whole lot, and Kovla sits and watches the worst acting. She gave me the name. Everybody's probably know who I'm on about, but it's this guy comes on and says, thanks for subscribing. He's like the fucking director or whatever. And it's the worst fucking actors you could ever get to. And it's real worse than the soaps acting. And Kovla's just... Do you know what I mean? She cannot take her eyes off it, and there are all these mad subjects, you know, bullying and all that crap.
Why do they shout?
And it's all shouting, and it's all, and I'm like, you can go to the Disney Channel and watch fucking movies with great actors and special effects, and the picture's clear, and not.
Speaking of all that, Ronan, how did the cinema yourself last night go?
I went to the cinema, you know what's wrong with that? It's a manly thing you really talk about.
What, to see Barbie?
Do you know what, Ty?
Mario Brothers?
It was John Wick, 3 hours long, and my brain was readily paused to go out for a piss halfway through. And you're like, well, pause it now, you know what, fuck, I'm in the cinema.
I don't know why.
So I had to go out for a coffee halfway through. It's going to be better watching it the second time, I think. Like, I'd say 10 minutes in, it's action then for the next fucking 2 hours and 50 minutes. Straight.
Oh, somebody was on to me the last day. Wild unrealistic. It's like... It's a fella, man. Chill out. Like, wild unrealistic. You want to see the many men he kills and all. Like, shit.
That's like the Planet Apes one we always say about Tommy. Fucking riding horses, monkeys riding horses. Like, fucking was shooting guns and talking really got me, Thomas, to be honest. Fucking. Go to a circus, you'll see a monkey ride a horse, you know what I mean? Riding fucking
that's
horses.
not the bit that's outside the realm.
Fire fucking fetched there, eh? Monkeys riding horses.
That's the name of the pod, Monkeys Riding Horses.
That's what Thomas, see when they were fucking playing chess and having a conversation with each other, that really.
See when they were leading up the rebellion against the human race.
Your man was teaching English.
When he got on a horse, he was like, I'm out.
Riding horses get deep. Fucking too far.
I'm fairly certain I've seen a monkey ride a horse.
Hey, every circus. Fucking, there we go. Fucking hell.
Oh, very good, hey?
Bastards, eh?
Do you know what? Hey, do you know what? I actually had put a fucking note to my thing. You know when, like, you think about something and then two things happen that bring it up, and like, you know, it's so far out there that what's the chances of those two things? So I was thinking about colonic irrigation, getting the old.
I know a few boys that got her done.
Pipes cleaned out. Man, I was listening to Shane Todd's podcast and Andrew Ryan was on. It's like, so the day, like, say I was thinking about it on the Monday, he was on the Tuesday talking about he got it done. 3 sessions, you get like a wee pen up your hole.
I have a mate that had a serious fart problem, smelly farts, that had to go. He went and got it done to try and help that. Didn't help.
Just smell it.
Just was a dirty bastard. He was a boy. The work van, he would leave the work van on Friday, and the lads would have to jump back on the Monday. And when they all jumped on, get the fuck, sir! Smell ye! Boys haven't been in this van since Friday. Swear to God, rotten. He just had a serious. He had to get tablets and all for it.
Fuck.
Poor bogey.
Do you know?
Oh, name dropping her. Name only. There's only locals that'll know it.
Yeah, no way. No, man, I was thinking about it again. I'm just thinking about all like 43 years of fucking shite in your gut. Like,
That's a good readout, isn't it? Like
apparently it stays there for like there's stuff.
the walls.
Aye.
I've seen where it goes. You know what I mean? I've been in with the camera crew, and you watch it for a minute and then you stop. I don't even like watching that shit on TV. Arla loves all that doctor stuff and people getting things cut out and A&E and busted heads. That's clear on past that.
Man, 3 sessions.
Have you booked them?
No, it's £240. I was like, I'm gonna have to wait.
Really wonderful
I'm gonna have to
experience.
wait after Ibiza, but no, like £80 a fucking shift, and it's like an hour and a half of sitting with the knees up and a pen up your fucking dude.
Probably better Whitney after Ibiza. You never know what could happen out in the beaches of Ibiza.
Aye.
The old sand
Kind
dunes.
of worried about the clearing out. Like I have a strong stomach.
What's that been?
Like
Your farts are rotten too.
no, like I could eat stuff. Like say we both ate something that could maybe give you an upset stomach. Mine would be all right. Like I would have a strong stomach for stuff like.
I know what you mean now.
So then there's like
Spices and stuff like that there.
Aye, and there's like so much good bacteria in there, but it cleans everything out. Like, but there's like bits of fucking shite from like 30 years ago lying in
Lodged
there.
in
Aye.
Get them out.
But
And you see it leaving too, isn't it? It's all.
it's all like
Yeah. Do you want me to do it? We'll sit in a bed apart, hold hands, video it. Mark, you can come.
so. Your man Andrew Ryan said that like it's like a pen, and she greases it up, and you have the choice. Do you want to put it up yourself, or she can insert it?
Up myself.
Aye, but he couldn't get it off.
Oh.
So yeah, how they say there.
I had to do that for a thing. What is it you put? I'm going to say the wrong fucking thing. Amnesia, is it? Amnesia! I forgot how they fucking. What is it? What's the stuff they stick up you and you have to put it up before you go and get the camera crew up there?
Suppository.
Something like that, but it's not. There's something in this fucking. And it makes you. But you have to get right up there. My dad, my Uncle Kim, ran about it the last day, getting things up there. They can get radios up there, fucking hole.
Lucozade bottles.
Right. But anyway, who was telling you? Or you were listening to the pod?
Aye, so he was on it, and then I was 2 days later in the golf club sitting with somebody that got it done locally.
That's no big deal. Like, it's not like a shameful thing.
No, but I think I might get it.
Get her done.
I don't know if I even get a pen up there.
What?
I don't know, man. Nothing goes up there, like.
But if you never did a big dump,
Aye, but it's coming down the way, like.
still has to do the same thing. Just opening that fucking wee pink Cheerio of yours. Get her done.
Could you say to a woman, could you get someone to push something up under?
I wouldn't bend it like, but I know boys that do. I'll give you a few numbers afterwards.
I can't say for certain than Andy Dufresne.
A bit of lube.
But no, I think I'm going to book in. By queer vlog, wouldn't it?
Bring a fucking camera, wee. Do the whole thing.
Get a red out, sir. 43 years of fucking shit. Apparently 3 sessions. The first one like breaks everything down, and then the other two's like redding out. Like it's like an hour and a half. Imagine just sitting there.
And it's not, you don't enjoy it either, do you?
Does the water go up? No, the way it's like a mile long. Your intestines like.
Right.
Does the water go up and then all around and just keep circulating?
Usually I have an answer for them kind of questions there, but not today. I have no clue.
Right, I'll let you know after a beef anyway.
I made a man had to get, he had perforated them, and they had to take it out of his stomach and clear out, like a glue around it.
I know who. And they take all his organs out of his body. Oh man.
Clean everything, and then fucking wire him that he's got a bag for life, like. But it was like concrete apparently around his fucking bits and pieces.
Calcified or something, was it?
Don't know what the fuck that means. I don't know. Some Hanlon and Derry, hey, for Easter.
Hey,
What do you think about that? The rioting.
somebody said to me the other day they put a bomb in the graveyard. They
What's going on? Do you know what I've seen? Just young people that are enjoying the crack.
can you imagine a bombing off in the graveyard with someone in a dead body?
Like, we'd have to fucking, really? You have to go from a young person's or youth worker perspective when you see young fellas.
I know why,
Because
man.
we know
Did
the
you see the wee video of the boy like stamping the thing? Like, how was he not burned to death? Firing the
What
petrol?
age is it? About 12 or 13?
I don't know.
So it's very quick to go scumbag.
Aye.
And this is in all sides when it comes to really young people, but we know the young fellas behind the mask, not literally them boys, like, but
No. Work well on him, like.
have a drink, be the hero, we made the news, it's all, you know.
But see, a lot of the time when that kicked off, remember when the Troubles were back in our day, it was almost like you were like the adults were encouraging you to they wreck and destroy, and
There
it was all like
we didn't want a normal society working.
no, like that day you were allowed to just do whatever you wanted. If you wanted to fucking
Remember we were told to stone the fucking TV license man? He didn't come down to Ballycummin because we were allowed to do it. See, when you're allowed to do it, fucking, we were waiting these fucking bags of bricks.
I like them boys there sent out to create a bit of chaos, like, and then
So
all
who's
the-
doing it? Like who's orchestrating it? Is it boys in their 30s that never even seen the Troubles themselves? Like you'd need to be a queer age to be angry. What are you angry at? Like
What were they protesting over? What was it? Was there a march?
sometimes I go back into my life and I don't even realise about any of this. And then you go on Twitter and you see Jimmy Bryson, or you go on and see young fellas rioting and Derry, and you're like, did I miss something?
Right.
Because life's normal.
Yeah.
There's nothing happening. Strabane probably one of the safest fucking towns you live in the world now.
Except for the hostage situation.
Except for the hostage situation there at the weekend there. Was
Maybe
just,
said sausage situation.
did you see the cops all just going up the main street or the back street? Where was it? What do you call that street? Anyway, street
Main
in Strabane.
street.
And they were all huddled together. It was like, you know when the Vikings try to get into a castle and they all put the fucking,
Aye, man, it was like
the shields up.
well, no, it was like what do you call that? The 300.
They're all like, right, go together with like one thing.
Aye, but like what? Like they were in the bottom floor. Them two boys were like, what?
Was it two boys? You know more than me, I know.
Two boys with a knife,
Right.
and they're in the fucking riot gear down the bottom floor, walking slow.
That's what I'm saying. What's going on? So
But why were they rioting in Derry? Do you know?
Just, I think it's like a dissident Republican thing that they still see the Queen or British rule and part of Ireland, and they see the PSNA as the RUC still.
Yeah.
So they're just legitimate target for a bit of rioting.
Do you know what I thought? I know this.
This is where I don't know.
I looked at that video and went, "That's somebody's bun. That's somebody from the Craigens bun. Somebody's like in the house.
It's
going,
not on it.
"That's
If you
me
love
fucking
the,
bun."
if you're looking out the window, you're not going to be too happy with that. Like
No, if you had to go somewhere, or like if you've young Wayne's, like
you can't. Did you see the documentary about Paisley now?
no,
3-parter.
never.
It's just
Never
never,
watched
never,
it.
never. But it was manned. Like back then, it was like his politics was just like no to Catholicism, no to we're Satan, we're evil. Do you know? And it was blatant.
Did he believe it? But
Everything was like, there's no way we're doing that because you do that, there'll be equality. If you give equality, then there'll be an Idle Ireland. And you know, it was just fucking hate, and thousands and thousands. Shows you how many people can just get manipulated. Easy to fucking. What was I watching? Somebody was able to
John Wick.
manipulate 3 people at a rally. It was fucking. No, your man does Borat.
Aye.
He did a character.
Sacha Baron Cohen.
He did a character in America, and he was like an Israeli fucking enforcer. And I got this politician to go to an anti-racial fucking march and put like 3 bombs on 3 people. Now these were just clicked on and lights. They weren't bombs, obviously.
Yeah.
And your man did it, clicked them, and then pressed the button to kill them while they were all out in the crowds. Just manipulated into a boy, a false fucking Israeli fucking fighter. made up in makeup and all, was able to talk.
That's
A
just how,
fucking politician, and they fucking blowing up 3 people in the middle of a fucking rally.
do you think Paisley believed all that, or behind the doors anyone is like, ah,
I don't know.
could you be that staunch?
Charisma. No, Raz, they're calling it there, or Rez, is it? Rez? He's got Rez. Chris. Not here, hadn't you, Shane? Fucking like Hitler.
You saying that
Charisma.
all? Oh.
Charisma, like, Paisley had thousands and thousands in Belfast. Did a never speech. Thousands of people. Do you know what I mean? It was all like hate. It's all like hate the other side. So
So you're saying Paisley was like Hitler?
anybody that was that powerful obviously had charisma, I'm saying. You know what I mean? Obviously. Because
Could he paint? Could Paisley
Jesus
paint?
had charisma. You know what I mean?
Jesus, Hitler, Paisley.
Same
The 3 greats.
You know what I mean? Jesus Hitler. Fuck me.
Do you know what, man? I was actually took me back there during the week there, seeing like, did you see the pictures of them hugging for the Good Friday Agreement and stuff?
If you got Paisley and McGuinness, it seems that we're going back on ourselves, starting this hate trick there to come back in. And it started putting me off even doing the jokes about it. But the old, like, anybody that's getting angry now didn't experience fucking anything, really.
That's what I mean, man. That's like, I just don't know how much hate's generated when peace is obviously a better option.
And we're progressing and we're healthier and like Belfast is like a metropolitan now, and 25 years ago, 30 years ago, it was fucking a dead city, like.
Yeah.
So
Somebody was out chatting, some at the weekend from here who lives in Newcastle was saying Belfast would pop most cities in England at the minute.
as what
Just shopping, eating, going
Attraction?
out. Just like,
the people are brilliant regardless of background. See, that's the thing. It's all against each other. Bring somebody else in. How's it going, man?
Right.
It's fucking metal.
but it's just like for
I
going.
don't think it can ever go back. Like,
Oh, fuck, I hope not, hey.
so how would it?
For the sake of the
think
children.
of all. I would think of all the elements that would need to come. So, if there was a vote for United Ireland and the majority voted for it, loyalism would say they'll never back down or stand down. But first of all, what are they fighting for? If England let you go, you know what I mean? Why would you want to fight to be part of something that they don't want you to be part of? And then what backup is there? You don't have the backup from the British government anymore because they're gone. So I would say I would fizzle out too, if there was a hand.
We,
I can't see, and then I can't see the Republican side if they're looking to what.
do you find the elections are kind of an indication of what way things are going? Or is that just...
Aye, well, some people just don't agree with their politicians, but vote for them just because it's green or orange.
What way do you go?
Sometimes I'm lie on in my bed and don't move. What time?
Would that be... That's...
You want?
So you can vote from morning to night.
Can you? Is there an app? Fuck you. That's what they should do. Do a wee face recognition app. Alright.
Jazz recognition.
What way do you go?
I mix it up. There's a couple of local politicians have like done stuff for us,
Aye.
independents,
Aye.
that have actually done stuff, sorted things out.
You have more freedom too as an independent, don't you? You don't
Aye,
have
but
to-
like I've seen them on the ground doing things. You know, like say there's fucking a park that needed done or something needed done up, and they've been pushing for it and trying to get it. Like if I see that, like I know local fucking politicians here all do is seeing them do fuck all. All see them doing door to door and saying they're going to do this and doing that.
You just see them all coming door to door election time.
I don't see them physically doing anything to make the community better.
Nobody up in Stormont too's a big. That's the big one. Like there's nothing happening.
No.
There's nothing fucking happening. Sir. I don't know.
It'd be interesting just to see because how many seats. Sinn Féin lost a seat around here last time, did they?
Don't know. See, right, if it got to a situation where we were the richest place in Europe by far, because we can
Ireland.
well, in the north, because we've got access to both markets, and then like America, businesses and English, even people in the UK thinking, hold on, there's a loophole here for us. Put your fucking business in Strabane. Start paying people proper professional wages, training us up. Man, we end up like a Hong Kong where we're really just fucking rich and it's a destination. Would you be arguing for a fucking United Ireland even though I get half the money? Because that's the argument how loyalism started doing too, that they even say, well, real extreme loyalism when they say even if the paths are made of gold, we wouldn't take a United Ireland. Even if their life was far better, they wouldn't take a United Ireland. Do you know what I mean? So how do you argue with somebody that says it doesn't matter what it is? But if you were in a job and you were getting like 150 grand a year, 3 holidays a year, loving life, we even met our own son, like the Dubaians.
Oh fuck Ireland!
Fuck it. Where's the Queen?
Do you know what?
The
But
king.
I suppose you can vary.
But that's what I'm saying. Why doesn't and I see some unions are sort of pushing that. Make it work.
Turn over every town. It says made in Strabane.
But is it ever going to work if you don't? If your approach is, I don't want change. I want it the way it was 30 years ago. Bring back the old RUC. Fucking, never. Or is it going to work? Let's get business. Let's embrace our Irishness. Like Scotland
If
embrace.
they brought down the fucking cost of living again, I'd fuck Ireland now.
Do you know what I mean? Like, do you remember even during the Troubles, Republicans were looking over at the fucking Lifford and going, it's a bit tight there, like, isn't it? Even though we were getting fucking blue the bits, it looked like fucking a lot healthier up here financially.
Because the Lifford ones were walking around with no shoes on.
Hey, we aerials, trying to get fucking anything going. We Lifford ones.
Radio Telefish shared.
Aye. I remember that time we used to have the RT, and I watched full movies with the heads wobbling. No bother. Snow. And you watched it. Did you ever even watch when they do clips of Premier League from the 90s? Mm-hmm. And you're looking at the picture going, it wasn't that bad back then, but it was.
Aye.
You thought it was fucking top quality, but it was like because they would have the good version now of Sky. If Sky has, it's their show, their footage. Like they can't get the pictures good in them. Like
no,
we were watching Blur, not the band, but we were watching it fucking, and didn't realize there's anything wrong with it. It's mad.
I know. Well, do you know what? If there were better paid jobs, like, and I know there is.
They need to start because the money in the South's better.
What for? But everything. The guy the last day is chatting to somebody. He's guaranteed a job. He's a software. He's doing software testing. But he's guaranteed a job and he's guaranteed good money. I was like, alright. I was like, my job is also what is software testing?
I don't know.
Is it like
it works.
Software.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, software.
I don't know. I remember a boy when I was working down them children's homes, and he told me that fucking he was making more money an hour plucking chickens than we are fucking in here looking after human beings. Chicken plucking. I know a boy too, but you're on about money. I know a guy that every Sunday he does an overnight in one of these children's homes, makes $1,000, and just does a Sunday a week. That's nice. Depends what you're doing. I know.
But you know what? It's like, see if you offered me 150 grand a week, but I had to go back to 96. I don't know if I would do it.
I know a boy that's in Australia now getting $4,000 a week, just working on them. What they call them?
Mines.
The mines. $4,000 a week. Labouring.
Are you not like in the dark underground for?
I don't know if you're in the dark, but I know you stay down there
for a month or something. You go away for a month.
2 weeks, 2 on, 2 off, or something like that. Think of the savings, free digs and all when you're down there, like. And there's canteens and all that trick. How long would it take to fucking buy your house? Like if you go over there, if you're getting that a week.
Australia's a dear place too, but
I was chatting to a guy that works in the mines, or not in the. What do you call it? Where they do the oil, the rigs. He's a chef. He was saying he knows guys that are in their 20s and they don't live anywhere because they could be rigs all around the place. So what they do is they work for a month and then they're off for a month. They go mental for 2 weeks.
I heard that.
And then the next 2 weeks then they do stuff like surfing and beaches and chill out.
Could you go mental for 2 weeks?
In your 20s?
Right. Okay, no 20s. Right.
I would have to stop after 2 weeks. I'd probably go mental the 4 fucking weeks. And then the first week back in the fucking rig is going to be a whole death.
Fear coming for you.
Scared everything. No, you've been the happiest place, I'd say, in the middle of an
What do you hear
the
this,
fucking
man?
rig.
I was hungover.
Get me back to the rig.
I was hungover Monday, and we were I don't know, on Snapchat. I got this. Somebody added me on Snapchat. It was called The Fear. So
The symptoms.
No, like it was a profile called The Fear. Added me on Snapchat, and I was like, "Whoa, what the fuck's this?" And they text me then. They say, "Oh, LOL, sorry, wrong person." And I was like, "Are you fucking joking me?" On the Monday, I have a hangover. The Fear adds me on Snapchat,
man.
but they got the wrong person. I was like, "Right, okay."
Fucking hell. You should lock your phone away before you start drinking. Times I get up and just check to see who was fucking...
Well, do you know what? Hey, I drank most
Getting
of Sunday, and I was
involved with people's
actually function on Monday. Went to the gym.
Isn't the gym there now? You're on the Davy?
Hey, we've what? We're 45 minutes, and we've a couple of questions.
Oh, do we? What's it like to be in Dubai and get...
3 questions. Here, I actually looked this up. What's something you think, Kieran Doherty, what's something you think is true but nobody agrees with you on it? So kind of misconceptions. I mean, back in the day, if you sat too close to the TV, or if the one blew, something happened, if your eyes...
It's too close to the TV is a real one because you can... I was then fucking...
Rolling ball facts.
Hey, what do they call the fucking...
Octopuses?
Do you know what they're called?
Oculus?
Oculus Prime. Oculus Prime. Fucking hell.
Not Oculus Prime either.
They're right up in your face. VRs. The VR set. So that's that put to bed. Do you reckon even gaming's good for your hand-eye coordination and stuff? Like, they would get real top gamers to fly spaceships.
The US Air Force?
Swear to God, they're
Ronan's talking about
from Ballymena, tell me. They get them boys, they fly their spaceships. If you're good at fucking Pac-Man or something. Insurgency. If you play fucking, what do you call it, Battlefield, and you're really good at it, they'll put you at the front line so they won the war.
So you're basically...
Boys cleaning up.
You're basically a US Marine?
Our Conan, sure, brilliant at the pool game on the phone. Fuck, I brought him to the pool table, hey. It's like he's holding a wet fucking dead fish. I just fucking tighten your hands up, will you, man? Make a fucking... It was like a fucking used penis, you know what I mean?
A used penis?
A post-cum penis. What's the point?
Like flap.
No, when you're the toothpaste part.
Thanks for that.
Sorry, son.
Poor Conan.
Jesus Christ, how look you, man? Did you see my wee shot on... I put it on Insta?
No.
Oh, we were at the pool tables there, and...
There, I seen you. I didn't see your shot.
Well, it was a cracker. Called it. Such a beauty. Next question.
No, but I'm saying...
What be on?
I googled some of the top 30 misconceptions. Toilet seats are full of germs.
I suppose they're cleaner than what?
The misconception: the bathroom is hardly the most sanitary, but studies conducted to find them relatively clean, and the fact they were found to have 10 times fewer germs than phones.
And that's... We brush our teeth in the kitchen. I said this before, like, because of poo particles. Watched one documentary 10 years ago about anybody that brushes their teeth and leaves their toothbrush in the toilet. It's more or less rubbing all the shite in your family and through your fucking
I watched
gums.
that too, and it was all over the house. So
Less downstairs. We do most of our shite in upstairs.
alcohol warms you up. It obviously doesn't. If you're cold, reach for a blanket, not a flask. You lose most of your body heat through your head. I always thought that was a thing too.
Fuck, at the end of my gym sessions, you'd think it. Steam just rising off me.
7 to 10% of your body heat, not much. You lose any of
you
your exposed body part, whether it's hands, shoulders, or ankles.
So the boys that jump, do you ever see the boys do the ice challenges and all that there, but they wear a hat?
No, wrong.
You're wrong.
Specific tastes correspond to different parts of the tongue. Never heard that. Cracking knuckles leads to arthritis. It's sovial fluid.
I've said that to people. I've said that to people. You're going to get fucking out. The Wayne or Keeler or somebody does it.
The Earth orbits around the Sun. Technically, what is going on is that the Earth, Sun, and all the planets are orbiting around the center of mass. Caffeine dehydrates you. I thought it did.
There you go.
Coffee comes from beans.
Doesn't it?
It comes from a pit inside the coffee fruit. So they're coffee seeds. Coffee stunts your growth. Never heard that.
Smoking stunts your growth. I heard that.
Sugar can be addictive of heroin. It's not.
Fuck. Well, I have a few people that would fucking beg to differ.
Twinkies last for
The beg fucking right.
Turkish doctor could talk to you about it. Twinkies last forever. American one. Sharks can smell blood from a mile away.
It's only half a mile.
Man, we were
Oh, told me.
we were talking about sea dips the last day in work. It was all women, and they were like planning the next date. And she was, I might be able to go that day. Women's issues.
Ooh.
And they was like, I need to look at the calendar. She was like,
Sharks.
I was like, why can you not go on my women's issues? And she goes, I was like, sharks? She says, you're a dirty bastard. And I said, like I said, they can smell you from a mile away.
All the women run into one time and then you get a mouthful of water. It's wild fishy. Oh, fuck, that's disgusting talk there.
Well, there's fish in the sea too.
I know. See,
Penguins-
I'm trying to do that.
Penguins mate for life. Thought that was true.
I thought it's true. I should have. Edinburgh. I'd say something about that.
Swimming right after eating is dangerous. My mom always used to say that. All the time.
Leave it for half an hour because you can.
Look, it's this. That's the first line. You know the deal. Wait at least 30 minutes.
Fuck is that? Can you not? You can get cramps. Get fucking cramps in your legs because you're eating sausage rolls before you're done.
Police require a waiting period before filing a missing persons report. You had to wait 24 to 48 hours. In fact, there's no waiting period at all. If you suspect someone is missing, report it.
Waiting just hold on, boys.
Wet hair can cause the
Just
cold.
seeing your wing getting lifted and you're going to give it 20.
Wet hair can
Give it a
cause
day.
a cold.
Wet hair, what?
Can cause a cold.
There's no such thing as brown hair. Black hair was it? I got that wrong. Google it. Go ahead.
Let me see.
There's no lions in the jungle.
A coin thrown from a great height can kill somebody. If you can throw it from the Empire State Building, gain so much velocity on the way down, by the time it reaches street level, it would kill the unlucky person it lands on. In fact, this is bunk. If it hit by a coin, it would likely sting, but fatality would be unlikely.
What's that one about the gun? If you drop
Uh,
the both of them, the bullet and the two bullets land on the ground at the same time.
if you shoot a gun and you drop a bullet at the same time, they'll hit at the same time or something.
They both hit the ground at the same time.
Aye.
So I don't know. More vital statistics from the boys.
Napoleon was short. He wasn't.
Was it not?
Shaving makes hair grow back thicker.
I argued that one. I never believed that shit. Oh, how come it gets thicker every time you shave? It's because hair's growing naturally, that's why. You stupid fucker, you.
Brown bread is healthy.
Apparently white rice is healthier than brown. Seen it in Joe Rogan. Don't ask me.
Protein shakes are great for you.
That's
It takes 7 years for gum to digest. I thought that was a thing. Some say it can take 10 years, but it is full of it. In fact, chewing gum does digest, and the rest passes through your gastrointestinal tract like any other waste.
Aye.
Right, we'll leave it at that. I think that's all. That's all the main ones. Right, we'll go back to questions. People's nicknames and how it's weird to call them by their actual names. Man, when people call me Niall, it doesn't sound right.
You just Cookie?
Cookie, aye.
Snoogs is the biggest one for me. With a mate called Snoogie.
I don't actually know Snoogs' name. I went to school with him for
Take a guess.
Kevin,
Nah.
Jason.
Snoogie. Keep going.
Mm.
That's just threw you off.
I have no idea. Maybe I've unheard.
David.
Fuck no.
What? What do you mean fucking David? I heard somebody call him David in front of me. I was like, where the fuck's David? Aye, Snoogie fucking divine. His name's David.
I'll never forget one day getting in trouble at school. Me and Mr. Quinn, his nickname was Batman because he looked like Michael Keaton in St. Coleman's. I mind being in his class one day, and he said to me, he seen somebody, it was Ryan, fucking whatever he's called. He's like, can you shout him? I want him. So I went to the front thing, closed the door, was just standing shouting, Mongan! 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 Batman wants you! Oh my god, man, he fucking... No one teachers could fire you about it.
Aye.
He dragged me back answer. Wall.
Battered you.
Hey.
Remember Glenn Rouse, Robocop? Who was Robocop? There's another, because he walked like fucking Robocop through the corridors. He attacked Rouse too. I can give him a good fucking swinging. There's a few. Moses, just because he had a beard and he wore sandals.
The
That
French
was it.
teacher.
Moses for the rest of his life. Just Herbie. He was
Fluffy
called Herbie
bum.
because
Fluffy bum.
he was a French teacher and he drove a wee car that looked like Herbie when he was France. Stop.
Fluffy
Stop.
bum. Had a big hole.
Fluffy bum. Somebody seen him at the pool with a hair airs.
Bouncer. Mine, he used to like bounce when he walks.
Ragdoll just because she was old. Fucking they went to town in school.
Danny Ned.
Danny Ned, what was the point?
Who else?
Majika, Mr. Majika was my Uncle Tommy. He did look like Mr. Majika at a show that went on. It was like a wizard with a wee bit of hair at the top, just to go tick tick tick.
Oh, my ma used to hate it when I would say I was going down to Cancer's house.
Yeah.
Fucking don't call him.
Fart. Fart else. I mean, called fart. What? Fart! What? I've seen him hundreds of times, just answer. Hey? Fucking fart.
I know.
Pissy. Snooky's brother.
I know someone who spelled something.
There's a wild lot of people around this place, or maybe just Ireland with it.
There's somebody in a training video today put on their thing, Brian Fart. It's like, what the fuck's Brian Fart? She meant Brian Fart.
Bear Brian.
Brian Fart.
Jesus. I was saying about the boy that we were in a residential and he was wearing the N-word in his back of his Man United top. I was like, Jesus, he was white, like. That was his nickname. I thought I could wear it. I says, man, you'll not get too far with that, even in your own town.
I tell you about the time Finn Harps too. One of the boys had a nickname that was, and
well,
then a black guy started playing for the team, and like we all knew him as the other word, and he trying then not to call him
Aye.
while the black guy was there. Oh, I called him Hayden
Aye.
Blackwood.
Oh, I know. Fuck's sake.
And he was called it because he was that hairy. He looked black.
Aye.
And it wasn't me give it to him, by the way. Can we just, because I'm against all that.
But it was, I remember we had a mate too that it was called that. You know, you were racist to him. I'm the whitest man. You're just giving it to him. There's a wild lot of that going on. What other nicknames? Jesus, there's just everybody you know nearly has one.
Cancer was a tight one.
Aye.
That was a bad one. Like,
Because he's that skinny.
I thought it because he smoked so many fags.
Was it?
I can't remember.
Fuck me.
Or well, maybe it was. I don't know. I never got to the bottom of it. Like,
Cousin called Dante because he couldn't say 20 right.
Dante Dingle Ding Dangs and Dodger Dodges.
20 Regal King size in a box of matches. Dante Doodle Ding Dice and a box of Dodges.
Dante.
And then his brother got called Dante then because he was called Dante.
Aye.
So I was going, why is Cal getting called Dante? Just after his brother. Dante! That's how he pushed the shit. Dante. Who else? Nicknames?
Your brother, Cricket.
Cricket face. Glenn Rouse calls me Plums. That's all he's called me for all his life.
Plums. Why?
I don't know. We don't even know now. They don't even... Plums. It's just plums. Terry called me Hips. That's all he calls me, Hips.
Never lied.
And calls Kieran Egg.
Eggy.
Just Egg. Egg. Hips. That's it. And he's the only one. There's people call you names that's the only person calls you it.
Aye.
And it's something that might be a joke between two mates. It's just going years.
Aye.
I think it's me and Stephen Foley always mix up the brothers. So he sees Terry. I see Johnny. If that's another brother. I'll forget his older brother's name. But there's nicknames you get. Like, is there anybody, have you ever, your real name for the people listening? What is it?
James.
James? Shh, you just don't look like a James.
Jim Bob.
Jim Cook.
Jim
Cook. Jim Bob Cook.
Jamesy.
Sounds like a pirate. Jim Bob Cook.
They found out it down in one of the children's homes. My name is James, and that's all they call me now.
Aye. You just used it. Is there any more questions?
One more. Oh, I have to pee too.
That would wrap us up.
Same person. No, that was Matthew Tracy. This is Michael Patterson. Have you ever took a prank too far, or done one a while ago which resulted in chaos? LOL. Well,
Fuck, I remember a couple of months having sex with my cousin. Wasn't really a prank. It was like a dare, and then just the penis got on. Fucking hell. He didn't speak to me for weeks.
just the tip.
Only joking. I remember the time when big Paddy McCoggin, anybody doesn't know, he's a big lumpy man. He's shorter now than he was, but he was like, I would say 6'2", and what weight would a Paddy be in his peak? About 30 stone.
Well, be a big lad.
Big lump, big hands, big everything, but he was sitting on a high stool in the bar and I fucking pulled it away. That was years ago. For him to fall and he didn't know he had a bad back. And I did a big slow. It was one of them ones. As soon as he landed, I was like, "Oh no!" And I denied because I got up angry. Who the fuck did that? I said, "Oh Jesus Christ!" Well, me and Mark were on about some just before the pod. Did you ever lose son, right? And you knew it was only in two places, and you tell the whole family it was only in two fucking. What did you do with it? And you fall out with everybody in the whole and in the midst of the row. You remember where it is. And you're like, oh fuck. You have to keep arguing. You have to keep fighting on through the storm, would have been knowing exactly where it is. Have you looked there and you're going, aye? Knowing fine rightly you haven't.
Well, the worst one, like I've told the story before, was and a lot of people still bring it up to me, was years ago when we were on the bar drinking. And a mate of mine who he had children to this woman, but they'd split up years ago. Like a couple of years. They had 2 or 3 kids together. We were sitting in the bar and he went to the toilet and was back at the old Nokia 3210 days. So there was no jazz recognition or fucking, or fingerprint. It was just, you turned her on, you turned her off. And he went to the toilet and I grabbed the phone and there was a whole crowd of us. And I never even said to anybody. I just took the phone and I texted her, I still love you. I'm going to come back. Ooh. Put the phone back, said nothing, sitting having a beer. Next thing, mate lands back. He was like, what the fuck did you do? I was like, what? She just texted immediately. Oh, I've been waiting for this text all my life. I've been waiting for years. This is all I wanted. So the mate starts to go fucking mad. All the friends are there and like, Cook, you're a fucking dickhead. So then I had to ring her, fucking apologise. And she was like, oh, no, I kind of had a bit of an idea anyway. And I was like, oh, I've never felt so bad in all my life. She must have fucking, like, embarrassed her, like.
Oh, that's
I felt so bad, like, and all my, like, everybody all day made
sure you deserved
let me
it.
know that I was a cunt, like.
That's the one, that's like the one, the boy and the girl were going with each other, and then they got engaged. She says they'll ring their best mate, they tell him. They rang and says, hey, Johnny, yes. Me and the woman aren't going with each other anymore. And then he goes, good, because she's a fucking cunt. I'm glad it didn't work out. No, they're ready to say, we're getting married. We're engaged.
Well, one of my best work was the prank. If you want to go back and listen to that episode, our running was...
I nearly fucking got you well the other day.
I know why.
That was some prank, hook, line and sinker. That episode, you should have...
And do you know what? At one point I did think it was going too far because... you were deleting all your fucking social medias and any copies you had of a video that you invested quite a bit of time in, you were just deleting the fuck out. I was going, have you not got that video anymore? And you were like just deleting and deleting and deleting.
I was more Twitter got it.
Aye.
Because that's where I thought no one was on. You know what I mean?
And I'd made so many mistakes. I got his address wrong and fucking...
Okay, I just didn't even fucking... It was just bright lights. What? Pound signs? Am I going to be fucking...
Oh, that was a masterpiece. But if you had got me last week... It'll be interesting now when it goes out on Wednesday to see. I still haven't looked at the video. Have you looked at it?
Is it obvious?
I see.
Good. You can see the start of the freak. Good. Good.
At this point, Niall knew he had fucked up.
He had fucked up. Fuck. No, that whole night we were gigging. Hey, I was on stage emceeing, thinking about it. Second. Chat to the crowd going, just sitting going,
I know it was me got to, but I was second too. That was the big one. Like.
That would have been one of them clips. We'll get one yet.
We're an hour and fucking 5 there, so let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Papa Hoods.